Have you ever had that strange, almost haunting feeling that life is passing you by? It's not that anything is wrong. You go to work, pay your bills, post on social media, maybe even hit the gym. From the outside, everything looks fine. But inside, something feels off. There's this quiet voice that whispers at night when everything's still. It says, "This can't be it. There has to be more." Most of us ignore that voice. We drown it out with noise, music, TikTok, caffeine, Netflix, scrolling until we're numb. Why? Because facing that feeling is terrifying. It means admitting that somewhere along the way, we might have drifted from who we really are. We might be alive, but not truly living. And this isn't just a modern problem, it's ancient. For centuries, philosophers, mystics, and psychologists have warned us that the greatest tragedy is not death, it's an unlived life. One of those wise voices was Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist who dared to ask the hardest questions of the human soul. He didn't give us feel-good advice or surface-level solutions. He asked us to go deeper, to confront the parts of ourselves we've buried, denied, or simply forgotten. He believed that the real reason so many of us feel empty or stuck is because we've been living a life that doesn't belong to us. Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." And you know what? He was right. We chase money, attention, relationships, status, thinking they'll finally fill that emptiness. But the more we chase, the more distant we feel from something real, something meaningful. And here's the painful truth. You could live your entire life this way, going through the motions, avoiding discomfort, dimming your light just to fit in. But when your final day comes, will you look back and feel proud? Or will you wonder where all the time went? But here's the good news. It's not too late. Not even close. If you're watching this right now, something inside you is already waking up. A spark, a question, a quiet rebellion against the life you've been told to live. In this video, we're going to dive into Carl Jung's hidden wisdom, the truth about why you feel stuck, and how to finally stop wasting your life. We'll explore the masks you wear, the parts of yourself you avoid, and the path to becoming who you were actually meant to be. So if you've ever felt lost, disconnected, or secretly afraid you're not living to your full potential, stay with me. Because what Jung teaches isn't just psychology, it's soul work, and it might just change the way you see your entire life. 1. The mask you wear. Jung's concept of the persona detailed. Let's begin with one of Carl Jung's most important ideas, the persona. Now, the word might sound mysterious, but you already know it, because you're wearing one. The persona is the mask you present to the world. It's the version of you that your family, your workplace, your culture expects. It's who you are on Instagram, in meetings, at school. It helps you survive and succeed in society. And in many ways it's necessary. Without it, we'd be socially naked, misunderstood, and vulnerable. But here's the danger. When you become the mask, you lose your real self underneath. Jung warned that if you over-identify with your persona, you begin to forget who you truly are. You end up chasing goals that aren't yours, living for likes, applause, or approval. You act confident when you're anxious, strong when you're exhausted, happy when you're breaking inside. Over time, your soul becomes a stranger to you. And this, Jung said, is a silent kind of death. You're existing, but not living. Why do we cling to the persona so tightly? Because it keeps us safe. It helps us avoid rejection. But this safety is an illusion. Jung believed that the more we hide behind the persona, the more we disconnect from our individuation, our process of becoming whole. Eventually, your inner world starts screaming for your attention. Anxiety, numbness, depression. They're not random. They're signs you've been living out of alignment with your true self. So how do you begin to reclaim that self? Start by becoming aware of your mask. When you're with others, ask yourself, am I being real or am I performing? That simple question cracks the illusion. It's not about abandoning your role in the world. It's about making sure your role doesn't abandon you. 2. The shadow, facing what you deny detail. The second truth Jung urges us to confront is perhaps even more uncomfortable, the shadow. Now, this isn't some horror movie concept. The shadow is real, and it lives inside all of us. So what is it? The shadow is everything within you that you've rejected, denied, or been told was bad. It's your rage, your jealousy, your fears, your addictions, but also your power, your passion, your deep potential. We're taught to hide these things. Don't cry, don't be angry, don't be too much. So we push them down, pretending they're gone. But here's the thing, what you suppress doesn't disappear. It festers. And eventually, it starts running your life from the shadows. Jung famously said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Think about that. How many times have you repeated the same relationship patterns, the same mistakes, the same inner battles, without understanding why? That's your shadow at work. It shows up when you explode over something small, when you sabotage your own success, when you envy someone else's life but can't admit it. It's there, pulling strings from the darkness, until you shine a light on it. But here's the hopeful part. Your shadow isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Jung didn't believe in fixing yourself. He believed in integrating all parts of you, even the ones you've labeled ugly or unacceptable. The shadow holds not just your wounds, but your strength, your creativity, your passion, even your sense of purpose. Facing it is not easy. It's raw, it's vulnerable, but it's the gateway to a deeper kind of freedom. When you stop hiding from yourself, you stop hiding from life. You become whole, not perfect but real, and in that wholeness you find peace. 3. Psychic inertia, why we stay stuck. Jung believed that most people suffer from psychic inertia, a kind of inner paralysis that stops us from evolving. It's when you know you're meant for more, but you can't move, you procrastinate, you numb, you avoid. Sound familiar? This isn't laziness, it's resistance. Resistance to change, to growth, to responsibility. It's your ego holding on to comfort while your soul begs for expansion. But here's the harsh truth. Comfort zones are graveyards of potential. Every day you stay still, you betray the part of you that knows you're capable of more. Jung said the path to transformation is not linear, it's circular. We go through cycles of breakdown and breakthrough. If you feel stuck, it doesn't mean you're lost. It means your old self is dying and your new self hasn't emerged yet. Honor that, be patient, but don't be passive. Your future depends on the steps you take now. 4. Individuation, the journey to your true self. The core of Jung's philosophy was individuation, the lifelong process of becoming who you truly are. It's not about being perfect. It's about being whole, and that means bringing together the light and the dark, the conscious and the unconscious, the known and the mysterious. Individuation doesn't happen by accident. It requires introspection, honesty, and discomfort. You must question your beliefs, examine your wounds, and listen to your dreams. Yes, your dreams. Jung saw dreams as messages from the unconscious, a compass guiding you back to your purpose. To individuate is to wake up, to realize that you are not your trauma, your title, or your past. You are a soul on a journey. And that journey doesn't begin when life gets easier. It begins when you say, I'm ready to meet myself. 5. Death as a teacher, the ultimate awakening. This may sound morbid, but Jung and many ancient philosophers believed that contemplating death was essential to living fully. Memento mori, the Stoics said, remember you must die, not to frighten, but to awaken. Carl Jung argued that the fear of death is often the fear of unlived life. We waste time pretending we'll live forever. We delay dreams, postpone healing, avoid risk. But when you truly understand that your time is limited, everything changes. You stop waiting. You start creating. Use death as a mirror. Ask yourself, if I died tomorrow, what would I regret? That question has the power to realign your entire life. The truth is, you don't have forever, but you do have now. And now is more than enough to begin. Carl Jung didn't just teach psychology. He offered a path to awakening. His wisdom urges us to stop sleepwalking, to shed the mask, confront the shadow, and walk the sacred path toward our real self. Life is not a straight road, it's a spiral. We meet the same lessons in different forms, each time with more depth. But with awareness comes freedom, and with freedom comes purpose. If you've made it to the end of this video, you're not here by accident. Something within you is waking up. Follow that. Nourish it. Because the only thing worse than death is a life unlived. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This channel is here to remind you, your soul is not asleep. It's waiting for you to listen.